The moral of the story that I'm about to tell you, gentlemen, is to never allow yourself to be monkey branched. Do not play yourself. You can't complain to the referees. You got to learn the rules because it is a dirty game. Do not allow yourself to be monkey branched. I'm from the city originally. I grew up in Ward 8, which is Southeast DC. But I was raised in PG County. Now, for y'all that are not familiar with this area, there's a place called Montgomery County. And Montgomery County is it's like Beverly Hills compared to PG in the city. It's nice. You see what I'm saying? It's real nice. So I went to a school that was in was it in Silver Spring? I don't know if it was in Silver Spring or whatever. It was the fact that it was in Montgomery County. So I went to schools out there for about 3 years. Then went back to PG, and that's where I spent the rest of my formative years. So the point of me bringing this up is that after I graduated high school and I'm already in the military, I came back home around the way, and I'm running into people that I haven't seen in a minute. And I ran into this particular girl. I ain't seen her since, like sixth grade, seventh grade. And the minute we seen each other, it was like, I knew exactly what she was thinking because she knew what I was thinking. I was like, whoa, you see what I'm saying? She had always been a stunner. But now I got to see her in all her womanly glory. You see what I'm saying? It was just, I remember what she had on and everything. She had on all black leather. You see what I'm saying? It was just, man, she was wearing that outfit. And so we linked up and everything was good. Everything was good for about 2 months. And then, like I said, everything was good until it wasn't. What I know now is that I failed shit test after shit test after shit test. I knew I didn't like it at the time, but I didn't know how to go about handling it. First and foremost, she hit me with that, so what are we doing? That's the oldest trick in the book. You see what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't fault myself for wanting to be in a relationship with her because she was a catch. I just didn't like how she was dictating terms. So I should have set the standards, which I didn't. So I went wrong there. Secondly, I never forget we was out to eat one time and we was standing in line. We was at this place called Ben's Chili Bowl. You see what I'm saying? This was the first time she had went there. And I forgot what the hell happened, but she was like, hey, I got to go somewhere. Hold my purse real quick. And then again, the minute she asked me, in my spirit, something was just like, I don't like this. And I remember it took me a long time to answer her. And she said, hold my purse. And so I grabbed it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm holding her pocketbook, and then she comes back and, everything is everything. We go out to eat or whatever. But like I said, I could just gradually feel myself losing power. I didn't understand then, but I know now because I can replay it back. So arguments became, more frequent. You see what I'm saying? The disrespect, not necessarily blatant, but it was just subtle shit. And the straw that broke their camel's back was when I didn't talk to her for about like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And, she said she ran into this dude that she knew from like elementary school or whatever the case may be. And he was like helping her. Like the minute she said, oh yeah, I ran into this guy that I know and he's helping me with this. And that should have been the cue for me to say, hey, you know what? I'm out this piece. Because I didn't like it. But she was so bad, I didn't even care. I didn't like it. I voiced my displeasure and I said, all right, cool, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And I never forget, right? I never forget. So, our conversations are starting to be more and more bland. We're not talking to each other as much as we used to. We're not seeing each other as much as we used to. So she monkey branched me. This was the first time, right? So she ends up talking to the dude. That's not the issue. She ends up dealing with him for like a while. And then I think she called me back. Boom. Because we were supposed to do something for Thanksgiving, right? And then she calls me, and that's when she basically was just like, nah, she just thinks that things aren't going the way she wanted to, and that she wanted to, do her thing. So I said, all right, cool. I wasn't even stunned because I was supposed to go to her house. I never forget this shit. I was supposed to go to her house and had Thanksgiving with her folks. And I ended up staying at home, playing Final Fantasy VII. I never forget it. I stayed up all night playing it. So I end up talking to her probably like 3 weeks to a month later. And the lesson that I had to learn from this is because the dude that she was dealing with, you see what I'm saying, handled his business and then kept it pushing. Went back to Colorado. You see what I'm saying? This Bama handled his business. He smashed and dashed, went back to Colorado and just, you see what I'm saying? And just left her hanging. So she calls me, and what do? I'm there for her. I'm there for her. While she's crying on my shoulder, she hit me with the, you're a great guy. She should have never left. She should have did this. She shouldn't have did that. Man, and I fell for that bullshit. The okie doke. So we start dealing with each other some more. And things are good. And then what happens? A month later, she runs into somebody else. You see what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know how she knew Cuz, but it was just the point that she runs into him. At this point, I wasn't even monkey branched. I got the whole goddamn tree. You see what I'm saying? I got the whole goddamn tree. And the fact remains is that after she did what she did twice, I might add, she did what she did twice, I was still there to pick up the pieces. I was still there. Now, I think after that time, the second time, that's when I was like, what am I doing here? You see what I'm saying? Because I had to look myself in the mirror because I couldn't believe that I was allowing myself to be played. Like, I don't care how foxy a woman is, her booty banging. I don't care about none of that. I was allowing myself to be played. I let her know that I had no sort of standards. That was my fault. So the last time we end up breaking up, right? I never forget. The last time we end up breaking up, she was along the lines of, she asked the question like, am I still going to be there for? I was like, be there for what? You see what I'm saying? Like, this ain't sour grapes or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not going to be a backup plan. I'm not going to be some dude that you can just put on the shelf and then come back when you feel like it. I mean, we're cool now, but where I went wrong was let her know that I didn't stand for nothing. The first time she should have did that, or the first time she monkey branched me, that should have been it. But I was so enraptured in her beauty. I was so enamored. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't see the forest for the trees. Gentlemen, this is why she does not respect you. Because she knows she can get away with murder. And she could use whatever alibi, and you're going to accept it. You're going to give her a non-guilty verdict. She can get away with murder, and you're going to give her that non-guilty verdict. Don't allow yourself to be monkey branched. That was it. This was like 2000 and because it was right before this. What was this, like 2005? Like right before I turned 21. That was it. You see what I'm saying? That was the last time I was monkey branched. That was the last time I ever let, like, I haven't dealt with, like, if me and a girl stopped talking, that was it. I wasn't doing no more recycling. Gentlemen, this is why she does not respect you. I don't care how good the snapper is. I don't care how much of a knockout she is. Your respect takes precedence. And if you allow a woman to take liberties, she will not respect you. She will not. She will not. Do not play yourself. Gentlemen, I'm telling you this because I took the losses that you don't have to. This is why she does not respect you.